You don't break the loop because you like what it gives you. The truth no man likes to admit. If you're done feeding weakness, sprint spots are open. The link is in the description below. All right, listen. So yesterday we discussed how you're attaching your identity to the ignition to your dopamine loops, right? You have these things that are destroying your life, which are usually dopamine loops or destructive loops. Could be corn, could be going to the gym to get big, ego lifting, could be attracting women and over-sexualizing women because it feeds your validation. It could be having weak men around you because you need someone to command and control, to feel masculine. It could be any of these loops that you're in, and you've attached your identity to it because you've lived in that loop so long that that's just who you've become and who you think you are, right? So now it's time to really expose you so that you can get over that, because the reality of it is you love the shit that you say you hate. You love the shit that you say you aren't. So you like being weak. You like being the weak masculine man, right? So the first thing is the payoff. Most men talk about, I hate corn, I hate drugs, I hate comforts, and I hate distractions. But you love the cheap dopamine, the false validation, and the excuses to stay small. You love it. You love the dopamine of smoking weed because it soothes the life or your mind from all the pain that comes with living as a masculine man. You no longer have to deal with your structure and how rigid it has to be to actually excel and be successful because the drugs take off the edge, right? Some talk about, you had a trend that was going around talking about take the edge off. And it was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Do you want to be a masculine man in a failing society who can overcome all of his issues, or go with the fucking crowd and be mediocre? Because a lot of you love the shit that you say you hate. And that's a fucking lie. The amount of men that are secretly watching corn, dealing with drugs, right? And you try to keep it on the hush. You love comfort. You chill out and relax all day. You procrastinate because you understand that if you were to take your life a bit more serious, more challenges would come and you'd have to actually do some work to validate your masculinity. But you don't want to do that. And therefore, you love your distractions. You scroll on Instagram all day. You look at baddies you'll never fuck, right? And y'all be in it, like, the shit that blows my mind is some of y'all be in the best shape, right? Y'all do all this shit at work that puts you in the top caliber. Maybe you're a 1%er, but you're still broke in the spirit. You don't know how to talk to women. You don't know how to take guidance from other men. You don't know how to have brotherhood. You don't know how to walk outside and claim who you are and just freely be authentic. You always want to follow a trend. And that's because you're diluted by corn, drugs, comfort, or distractions. They're all loops. And you talk about how you hate it, but you love the fucking cheap dopamine it gives you. And the validation, that's false. Some of y'all watch OF fans. Some of y'all know them and will never crack them. And then you make the excuses because life's hard and society doesn't make it any easier. And it's the time we live in. It's never been a better time to be alive. Everything's easy. Business is now getting 10 times easier. AI is in the works to be taking over this whole shit. And all you need to do is understand how to operate it. And you talking about life is hard? No, what's hard is that you've identified yourself with a destructive loop and it's taken over your entire life and you don't give a fuck to fix it. You just want to continue the same bullshit over and over and over. Then when January come 4 months from now, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm ready to start my life and this is my year. No, the fuck it ain't. You gonna live the same life you lived this year, bitch. Ain't shit gonna change for you. Not one thing. Because you live in this loop and your loop will continue to be a loop until you desire to change it. So you take your identity and then it forces you to go into dopamine. You know that it's wrong, so you feel shame. And then you distract yourself from the very shame by jumping into another loop like social media. That's what you do. And then what? It repeats and goes over and over and over and over and over. And now you add that to the life of going to a 9 to 5, having soft bullshit ass men around you to never correct you. Having your parent issues still, your daddy issue, your mommy issues. You can't hold down a girl. You don't even want to breed women to have children because then it would force you to actually man up. Because now you have eyes, a set of eyes that will keep you accountable. Because now you have a child watching your every move. And if you understand that your child then is a representation of you, and when that child grows up, if it grows up fucked up, it's a direct the reflection on your parenting. And what is that? A direct reflection on your ability to take self-improvement seriously and become the masculine man you should become. And for the feminine, I don't teach the feminine. I teach the masculine. Because who's the fucking head of the household? The man. Why? Because you come with the structure. But a lot of you don't have a fucking structure. You have a fence. And a fence is permeable. Next, the truth about the false reward. Here's your dopamine or your distraction loops. Right? They all give you payoffs. They give you softness, they feed your ego, they give you an escape, and they give you attention. All of that. Which attention just boils down to validation. A lot of you look for validation in women. That's why you go up and do these cold approach bullshit, because you want the fucking validation. And side note, sidebar, tangent. I can't fucking stand them cold approach, dumb motherfuckers. Oh, baby girl, blah, 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 blah. You awaken a woman's softness to you because she actually thinks you're interested, because many men don't come with a masculine frame in the way that you approach. And then she opens Instagram and finds herself on Instagram, dumb as fuck. But back on topic, the payoff is softness, ego, escape, or attention, which is validation. And you love it. And so here you are, and as you continue to go through these loops over and over and over, you're bleeding. It's draining you. They never scale you. You're never going to get to the next level if you continue to drain yourself. And while it feels good in the moment, you defend the feeling. And since it feels that good, it's like, fuck, I love this. And anybody who talks about it, you're attacking me because it's my identity. No, the fuck it ain't. You just lived it so long that you believe it's true. And so you defend it like your life depends on it. You never want to change. And then you come on Instagram, you go on fucking social media, and you tell the world, yep, this is my year, hoorah. The fuck is wrong with you? You're going to continue the same life over and over and over, and then you just end up gray and old and bitter and miserable. Right? And even when you have children, you have it with the wrong woman because you didn't have the discernment or the structure to hold the feminine that you were fucking talking to. It's such an easy equation, this life, but you make it so difficult. Life is not complicated. You are. Because you love distractions. And while, yes, society pushes the distractions and tells you, yes, you should do that, and your mediocre lifestyle should be the norm. Right? Because if we understand that society is just the sum of average norms, then everyone's being mediocre. And so mediocrity is being pushed in everyone's face and you feel comfortable. But you then realize at 40 that you went down the wrong path. At 40, you can always turn back, but why give up the golden years? Right? You don't come back and respond in this body in the way that you know it. You don't. This is your only option right now. So take it very serious and execute on the things that you know, because life is abundant once you let go of all this bullshit. And so the path to the solution, because if you're here and you've made it this far, you should subscribe and like the fucking video, because now I'm about to give you the solution. And clearly you want it, right? So to kill all of your loops, you have to identify them. Right? And strip away all the false payoff. So those payoffs that we talked about before, the softness, the ego, the attention, right? All of those things have to be stripped. So you have to kill them. So identify the loop that you're in. Could be social media, could be sex, could be drugs, could be porn, could be your parents, because a lot of you have daddy and mommy issues. Find the loop, understand and identify it, and then get rid of all of the false payouts that it gives you. So note that those things are false dopamine hits. They're not true long-term payoffs. No, those are quick, fast feelings. They hit, they bring you up, and then you crash and you hit harder than you did the time before. So when you can identify them and strip them away so that you no longer get those payoffs, because now you're creating boundaries, which is the first set or the first part of making a solid structure, is having boundaries that people can't cross. Now you're no longer looking for the short-term payoffs. And then you have to build something that rewards you long-term, step by step by step. And this foundation here then stays with you for a lifetime. Because as you may have heard me say before, your abundance comes from your gift, from your ability to identify what you came on this planet to do and how it will inspire and help others. The second you identify with that is everything comes to you. But why everything won't come to you is because you won't deal with the structural things first. Because if you want cash flow for a long period of time, you have to build a structure worth sitting in for that cash flow to sit in. Money doesn't just come and stay with those who don't have a strong structure to keep it or house it. Same with women. Women aren't going to stay with you if you aren't strong enough to hold their feminine energy. A lot of you are looking for these feminine women and, oh, why didn't she do all the things without me having to ask for it? Oh, why isn't she like all of the Eastern women and people outside the US? Why? Because men have lost their way. Men have lost their ability to hold firm in their structure and be masculine without any sort of objection or any pushback. Right? All of y'all don't want to deal with the hurdles that it is to be strong and masculine. You don't. So therefore, who's the bitch? You. So then what? You can't complain when a woman then it says, I'm going to protect myself and my feminine softness and my abundance by closing myself off to you and building my own structure. We have failed society, and therefore the women are building their own little internal structure, and that's why they come off hard and manlike. Because y'all have lost your fucking masculine energy. And you fucking run from structure. You run from it. For what reason? Who knows? You just love this payoff. Get rid of the payoff by identifying it, starving it, killing it, and then starting to build a structure that can be that will last a lifetime and will pay you out for long periods of time, right? And again, if you don't know what you're doing, the link is in the description below where we will build your structure with you and make sure that you cash flow, right? Because you can't have a masculine energy that doesn't know how to provide. In your closing decree, your weakness survives because you feed it. Until you starve the payoff, you'll never break the loop. Stop protecting what's killing you. Choose the 6-week sprint. The link is in the description below. Consider yourself warned.